turn it up a bit, can I? There we go. No. Oh, fuck it. It's okay. I'm gonna read it out. Life isn't going great at the moment. While I wish I could attribute that to the simple act of growing pains and moving to a new country, I've been here too long to blame such a thing. In truth, I'm lost, and for the first time, living truly independently. And I'm failing. So often when I say I'm failing, I'm met with cries of, "You're being too hard on yourself." And I assure you, I am not too hard on myself. If I am, it is not my failure to achieve a result, rather often it is failure to even try. I sit now in a cafe, writing this, not reading it. In the evening light, writing, and I'm reminding of the many times I've been here before, documenting my trials in a way to process them, but also I think I do it because it's sort of something I can do. To get a job or sort out my phone and all that can seem so daunting. Even writing the things I want to write seem too hard, too grand. But an essay, I can do that. I know nobody will read it, and I don't have a platform where I post these essays that can be quantized numerically. If I post it on YouTube, that's now wrong. Still, point stands. I don't know what this essay is really about. The fact that I wrote this wrong. Oh. The fact that, well, it's meant to be some sort of productive piece of content. Okay, God, this is badly written, isn't it? The fact that, if this were meant to be some sort of productive piece of content, would be damning to its creation. The fact that would, were this meant, that makes better sense. The fact that would, were this meant to be some sort of productive piece of content, be damning to its creation. And here I am, even though I don't like it, it's ultimately fine. I can, through the process, discover what it is I want to write. Indeed, I can restart entirely if it feels necessary. I may do. I don't. So, what do I want to say? I think I may split this into a few things. I want to talk about how we should express things, how important it is to work without needing some exemplary result, though I feel the latter has also made me too complacent. And I want to use this as a sort of list to outline things, as there are many things I would like to do, and things I can get done. As an aside, perhaps I could go to writing essays and do it in a way that I was making beats for a time, where I did it daily, but then there was the drawback of that, which while I did make music daily, I didn't do much music after doing the daily amount. Like, it worked as a good minimum, but it also ended up working as a maximum. Anyway, how we express things. Many people these days only get to express ideas they have through one form, speech, not speeches, which would be an interesting way to express things. Rather, most people engage with other people directly in person, and perhaps nowadays more online. Another way people express things these days is simply showing another person's ideas with the implication that they hold the same views. This to me is detrimental. I don't like the idea that so many people just post another's thoughts without comment or addendum. I think art is a big way to express ideas, but I think many people don't use it that way. Even I scarcely use my illustration to get across a point, and the layman doesn't create art, and the few that do don't think about it. Of course, expression and interpretation are two different aspects of communication, and through interpretation, new ideas can come from something that, thought not to communicate to them. And if through interpretation you can use an original piece to express ideas that it doesn't intrinsically hold, I think that's still good and should be championed. I, perhaps evidently, enjoy to express myself through the medium of essay, and while it may seem similar to direct communication, the process and feel are very different. There's still space for irrationality, but it's not the same irrationality presented in a direct confrontation. Also, there is a lack in how frequently I might change my thoughts when writing an essay, because new ideas aren't really presented other than my thoughts connecting dots. It's not a discovery process. Of course, there can be a discovery process for writing an essay, but that and the writing are separate, and in the writing, it serves a different purpose. Instead of a megaphone, it's a lens to be self-critical and get a grip on what can often be elusive beliefs that we hold. The importance of not needing exemplary results. This seems obvious, but it doesn't mean what you might think it does. Rather than you need to make and put out bad stuff, rather than perfectionism, this is more, you need to warm up. I intend to rewrite this, or do some other writing after this, but I think a 30-minute essay did, for my writing chops, a world of good. Indeed, between that last paragraph and this one, I finally, after many, many months, resumed progress on Lavender Conversations, a book I'm writing. It seems like a hard task, but that's the next thing I think I'm going to finish. That's the task I want to achieve. This is part of the to-do list part that I didn't even get around to writing. This essay is an argument for, and an example of, how doing something in the same field of work that you want to do badly can translate into doing the task that you want to achieve. I think I need to take this methodology to other areas. I need to more often make bad music, not just to do it, but to work on something great straight after. I need to make a painting before I make a painting, make a sculpture before I make a sculpture. I wouldn't expect myself to run a 10k without a warm-up, so why do I expect that out of everything else? Even just being productive, I feel, could follow this method. For instance, if I want to go to an event where I'm going to make myself social, and I'm shy, and I don't want to do that, first, I should get a coffee with a friend. While I do that, I could talk to the barista, if the cafe's not too busy, and after that, when I go to this social event, I will have the social confidence to do that. If I, say, did the opposite, sat alone all day in my room, and then the time came, I would be far less likely to take that social risk. And I think this aspect of taking practice into everything is really important. Everything is a muscle. Not literally, but it needs to be built up. It needs to be... Everything is a muscle. Not literally, but it needs to be built up. You need to warm up, and in that, if you don't use it consistently, a skill will degrade. I've not written for a while. This is not my best writing, but I have built a skill for it, so it's better than a lot of people's writing. When I write directly after this will be better, and if I write consistently for the next month, on average, the stuff at the end of this month will be better than this now. And that's why I always return to essays. An essay. A video essay. Hi, I've been Mercury to Last Moon, and I hope you enjoyed this video.